Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone that rule impeccably well. And Shalom to the Akim that's pushing his truth throughout the four winds. In the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days, man. Well, I'm with the brother Raza. I'm the brother Yakanama from GMSLondon. And I'm just going to get into a quick video. We're on our way to camp in the spirit. Just jumped on us to, get into a quick video for a conversation we was having about, adultery and how adultery is very, rampant in this society, man. And, you might be at your job, in your everyday, activities, and then you can see basically adultery all around you, man. And it's not really looked at as a sinful thing. And how do we know that? We know that because there is no punishment. There's no punishment. There's no punishment or recompense for committing the act of adultery. In the UK court system, or throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Really, only if you go to places like Saudi Arabia and Dubai, they have laws on adultery, which is inspired by the scriptures anyway. But it just shows you that this so-called white man's kingdom is a very wicked kingdom, man. Because he doesn't affiliate himself with the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's right. Yeah. I'm just I ain't gonna enter my phone for whatever reason. Just reboot my phone and get some scriptures. But yeah, no. This kingdom is fully set on wickedness, man. Yeah. Right. And as brothers have pointed out, Jake, the only one that really make music promoting it. Everyone does it, right? But Jake sing songs. Yeah, man, fuck your bitch, man. You might be grooving to a track, singing along, right? Doing what you're doing. And then you're like, oh shit, nah, he's speaking about adultery, isn't he?
Yeah.
You might be just thinking, do me and Mrs. Wait, Mrs.?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, adultery, man. That's like that's a big smash hit, man. That's an iconic song. Yeah. But when you really listen to the lyrics of that song, what's he singing about? He's singing about adultery, man. Yeah. And he even had James Brown. He had what was the other singer's name? Another soul singer. It was basically James Brown and another soul singer during that time. I forgot his name. But basically they were fighting over one woman, and they were making diss tracks towards each other about that one woman, because they were both sleeping with the woman, man, and they were going at each other. And I think they had a fight in a bar before because of this woman. But it just shows you, look, man, these women are wicked, man. Yeah. Don't invest your life into these women, because at the drop of a hat, she'll leave you for another man.
That's right.
And look, man, you've got to keep in mind, she can't save you, man.
She can't save you.
She can't get you on a chariot.
She can get you off one.
She can get you off a chariot, man.
So
that's one thing you got to remember, with these women, man. They can't save you. So, you put your life on the line for these women. You're getting into fights over the woman. That's a sign that she ain't right, man. And you need to get rid of her.
Yeah, which got rebooted my phone. Got the internet back now. It says Proverbs 6:32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Lacketh understanding, man. If you commit adultery, because when you're laying down with another man's woman, look, man, you can look at that as an act of homosexuality, man. Because when you if you're with a woman, you're a virgin, you become one flesh with that woman, man. So that woman becomes a part of you and your household. So if another man comes and breaks that connection, he's really, he's uncovering your nakedness as well in the process, man. That's why it's such a wicked and abominable act, and it's punishable by death, man.
Yeah, that's right. It says, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Yeah,
he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul, man. It's an abominable thing to do, man. Just like homosexuality is a sin unto death, man. Adultery is a very serious thing. That's why when you go into the scriptures, the Lord likens the nation of Israel to an adulterous woman. Yeah. Because we fled to what? We fled to other gods, man, and we worship other gods.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's why, we're in the predicament that we're in right now, man. So that just shows you that, the Lord linking it synonymously with, Israel as a woman and committing adultery. That shows you how bad it is, how bad of a transgression that it actually is, man.
Let me get that for you. So Jeremiah 3 from the top says, they say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
It says, shall not that land be greatly polluted, man? And it is greatly polluted. That's why the scriptures call this generation a generation of adulterers, man.
Yeah.
Because you might have a woman, but hold on, is it really your woman? No, it ain't, man. Because you have many men before you, predecessors, you know, that have actually slept with that woman.
Yeah. And even if she was a virgin, man, still ain't a woman, because that's Esau's woman.
That's right. That's right.
These women, and that's why these women behave the way they behave. That's why they'll be at the job and then fuck the boss, because ultimately they know they're gonna be like, what you gonna do about it? Because they know you kill her, then you're going jail, so you ain't gonna do that. You hit her, you're going jail, so you ain't gonna do that. Basically, she knows there ain't no recompense for her actions, right? Whereas if this was the ancient world, right, in the land of Israel, right, what would happen? Right, both of them will get put to death, man. Right, get put to death, and everyone will know about it. Everyone will fear. Right, and that's that's a topic in itself, because it's because we have the fear of the Lord. Right, there are certain things we won't do. Right, because we know that there's a recompense for those actions. That's why you have certain demons jump on you. You may have an adultery demon jump on you. You look at a woman, you're like, man, I want to deal with it. But then, the scriptures come to mind, the fear of the Lord comes to mind, and he's like, nah, it's a demon. You curse that shit out, right, and then you keep it moving. But these people in the world, they don't have the fear of the Lord. So when they see a married woman with a big booty, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to sleep with that woman, man. In fact, they go sleep with that woman.
Hey, especially in the workforce, like you say, you will come into them kind of temptations, because you're not supposed to be working around other men's women anyway, man. And you know, many brothers, you know, are facing that predicament. I've been facing that predicament, man. Where you might have women trying to come onto you, and you know, but she married, and you know, she got kids at home. It's a wicked society that we're living in, man. But again, as the brother said, you got to rebuke them demons, man. And you can't succumb to things like that, man, because that's when you're going off.
Hey, prayer helps as well, man. You know, just a quick testimony. I'm gonna finish this scripture. Quick test. It was working with one French devil. Right, and then she she was very she had issues, man, all manner of issues, right, daddy issues, whatever it was, right. So she liked she wanted, basically she was trying to make me her work husband. I was having none of it, right. But the way she used to come up and speak to me in the job, she would come real close, right, you know, kind of her posture was such that she'd always stick up her tits, right, and I'm basically having to make sure I don't look down whatsoever. And it got too much. I prayed to the Lord. I was like, Lord, but shut, help me out here. And then like the next day or a couple of days later, she comes and says, I'm leaving, man.
That's it, man.
Right, and the Lord, I was like, I think they even said it, I was like, yes. In the face, like, what? I was like, no, I'm joking. I wasn't joking. Right?
Yeah, man, for real. Hey, that's righteousness, man. The Lord helped you out, man. You know?
It says, so it's back in Jeremiah 3. It says, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, going back on your point. Right, yet return again, yet return again to me, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, so we paid the harlot with many lovers, man, many lovers, and you know, some of the lovers was what? Nation of Islam, you know, being a Muslim, Christianity, you know, being a Catholic, all of these various so-called religions that are out there, man. You know, Jake is, you know, in all of them, pretty much, man. You know, and that's how we played the harlot against the Lord, man, by not following the laws, statutes, and commandments, and not abiding by his words, man. You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let me grab this. It is Hosea 1 and 2. It says the beginning of the word of Yahweh by Hosea, and Yahweh said to Hosea, go take thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed a great whoredom, departing from the Lord. Right? You know, so like on what the brother's saying about you know, the fact that Israel's basically as a nation committed adultery, which could these other that's just more proof of it, man. Right, from time Moses was up in the mount, right, he was you know, what were the children of Israel doing? They were basically making gods and idols for themselves, man. Right, and that's just the nature of Israel. Right, and that's why we're in the predicament that we're in. That's why our woman commits adultery on us.
That's right. That's right, man. That's why all these things are happening. Because we committed adultery on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. So of course we can't have our own women in order. You know, and there's so many brothers that can attest to the fact that, you know, they've gone through, you know, their women cheating on them, man, and laying down with another man. That's the curses, man. You know, that's the stuff that we gotta go through, man. But then you gotta think, how does Yahweh Hashem Yahushai feel, man?
Yeah.
You know, when you're calling yourself a Muslim, when you're calling yourself a Christian, you know, a so-called Christian, man, and you're praying to, you know, Caesar Borgia, who's really, you know, Serapis, you know, doing all these things. How do you think the Lord feels, man? You know, day in and day out, man. You know, so that's how you gonna feel. That's why the Lord's given, you know, you go Spanish and Native Americans a taste of adultery, man. So you know how he feels.
Yeah.
You know?
This is, you know, just on that point, 1 Corinthians 11:3 says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua. The head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is the Most High."
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the righteous order.
Yeah.
That's been set up, man, in the heavens, man, and upon the face of the earth. But obviously, right now, that order is not being adhered to, you know, in Esau's kingdom, in Esau's wicked society, man. But those laws, statutes, and commandments and that way of life is going to be established in the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And that's going to be real soon, Lord willing.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And jump to verse 7 says, "For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High. The woman is the glory of the man."
Yeah, the woman is the glory of a man. So your glory is not meant to be going and laying down with another man.
Yeah.
And we're the apple of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's eye. You know, we're his monument. So we're not supposed to be going away and, you know, praising and worshiping any idols.
Yeah.
You know, in like manner, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And just on the point we'll make it, right? You know, if we're the glory of the Most High, right, and we go off, how is it that we can have our glory in order?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You know, everyone in that line has been get on. The Lord doesn't have his glory.
Yeah.
Right. We don't have our glory, and the Israelite woman doesn't have her glory, as in her hair, as it goes on and says in this chapter.
Yeah.
Right. So and that's one of the things. That's why we wait for the Lord to come back, so we can all be beautified.
That's right.
Right, so we can all get what it is that we need to you know, to live good forever, which ultimately is the end goal, man.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey, remember, that's a good point, man. Like, a woman's glory is the hair, man. You gotta remember that when you're dealing with these women, man. You know, their glory is the hair. Their glory is not you. You know, but in the kingdom, you know, they're gonna worship you, man. They ain't for now. That's only in the kingdom. Are women that actually gonna worship us, man, and call us lords.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me grab that. This is 1 Peter 3:6 says, "Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord."
That's right, man. So that's how women were back in those times, man. You know, they were actually calling their husbands lords, because that is the order, like the brother read in the book of Corinthians, man. You know, we are lords over our women.
Yeah.
You know, but right now, you know, the Esau is the Lord, man.
Yeah.
Esau has the power, you know, and, you know, what do women run to? They run to power, man.
Yeah.
You know, so our time to reign is not now, but it is indeed nigh. You know?
Well, I was just saying, that's why when you watch them period pieces, right, he'll be like, "Oh, yes, my lord," the lady will, you know, and he will refer to her as my lady.
Yeah.
Right, you know, because back in the days, women were ladies, not these butch bitches with dyke cuts.
Yeah.
You know, as Captain calls them, you know, these dyke cuts.
Yeah.
Right, women, you know, it's whole place is a mess, man. And that's why we seek to get out of here. Right.
That's right, man. We'll close off on that, man. You know.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else.
Yeah, I mean that's it, man. That's it. You know, the point Lord Will's been made. Look, you know, these women are hella adulterous, right? You may find yourselves in certain situations. They pray to the Lord, man. The Lord hears your prayers, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, even if that means, you know, you may end up moving, she may end up moving, or the Lord may just take the adulterous spirit off of her, man.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, just another quick one. I remember there was one time, it's another adulterous French bitch.
Yeah.
Right? And then the Lord basically smote me with an illness, right? And then she bitch saw how fucked up I looked, and after that the adultery demon was like nah. And I was like, oh shit, hey, bro, there about shit.
Yeah, God. Hey, when they say beauty is only skin deep, man.
Yeah, but I ain't got anything else, brother.
God.
You know.
Alright, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and with that we'll say shalom.
Shalom.